He bought me flowers. He talked kindly to me. He was polite. He would walk in the rain to come see me. He'd shower me with affection. But after we graduated from Bible college and got married, he turned into this lustful monster that just chased me around the bed every night. And then I told Melinda, this is just the way God made us. Men have to have sexual intimacy, or they're not happy. It's just the way it is. So every man has this need, and here's the deal. We can't help it. Women spell, affection, T-A-L-K, and men spell S-E-X. Now, ladies, you need to understand something. When a man, this is serious now. When a man gets married, in his mind, a Christian man, when he gets married, and he stands up before the preacher and all these people and God, when he says, I do, this is what he's thinking, and you need to understand this, that he's committing himself exclusively, sexually, to you. Now remember, this is a need that he has, that he can't deny, and God made him that way. And in his mind, he is limiting himself to only you because he loves you. Listen, every other man's needs can be met. Admiration can be met somewhere else. He can have friends, go fishing, go golfing, whatever. He can find somebody that admires him at the office. But sex can't be satisfied anywhere else that pleases God other than in and with you. He's restricted himself. He's restricted himself on purpose to you that for that need to be. And when you push him away, pretend you're asleep. When you wear body armor to bed, or your grandma's nightie passed down for the second, third generation, that puts the fire out, and his needs aren't met. Truth. And if you're like that, your man still has that need. He can't deny it. God made him that way. Your man still has that need, and he has to decide something. Am I going to stay in the starvation diet? Am I going to look elsewhere for that need to be met? Or am I going to live miserable for the rest of my dying days?
Are you serious?
That's what he does. So listen, ladies, we are not lust monsters. We're not that lust monster that chase you around the bedroom every night. We can't help ourselves. God made us this way. He made us this way. Listen, can I just tell you this? This may never pass your mind when you're saying I do married, but I want to tell you it does his. It's the main reason he married you. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, dirty, whatever. It's the truth. Men have needs. Well, let me close with saying this. There was a knight in shining armor, traveling the countryside. He hears a ah! And he rides to rescue this damsel in distress that has this big old dragon. He's going to eat her alive. He gallops to the rescue. He pulls out his sword and he whacks the head off that dragon. He carries her to her home village. People give him adulation. They celebrate him for his heroic deeds, and he saved the damsel in distress. A few months goes by. He's out riding on the countryside again. Gallop, gallop, gallop. He hears, ah! And he gets on his horse. He gallops to her rescue. There's another dragon that's got her cornered and is going to eat her alive. He goes to dig out his sword and chop his head off, and she says, hold it! Take this noose, put it around his neck, and strangle him to death. Dragon dies. Goes back to the village with his damsel in distress, his princess. But he doesn't feel admired. He doesn't feel adored. He doesn't feel like he'd done anything. Because she told him how to do it. Sometimes you just gotta let a man be your knight in shining armor. He wants to be that. Desperately in your life. He wants to be that knight in shining armor. And sometimes you just gotta stand back and let him do it. He has that need in his life to be admired by you. So let him be that. Let him be that. I'm gonna have everybody bow their heads, close their eyes. We're going to stand. The band's going to come.